can have negative entities attached to them?
100%, 1,000%. Those would be the demons. Non-physical beings that that possess your mind. They like to whisper in your ear and take over your spirit and cause you to do things like you wouldn't normally do, kill people. They can completely take over your mind. They did King Solomon in the Bible, right? He was messing around with them, and what happened? He ended up eating with the sheep out there, the cows in the field.
Do you think they could also have like even less extreme versions? Like it could just be like you're going to always self-sabotage, or you're going to always be in suffering because you're connected to an energy that may be draining you or misguiding you?
I think our thoughts create our reality, that we can create whatever we want. If you want to live in that darkness, you can, and people get trapped in it and don't know how to get out.
People don't even realize that maybe there's this darkness or an entity that may be influencing their thinking, and then they think that thinking is just reality, so they start looking for, different types of solutions.
Let me tell you something I learned from Dr. Robert Gilbert. He's dead now, but he ran the Vesica Institute.
He studied sacred geometry?
Yeah, sacred geometry. He was an Egyptologist, too. He studied 14 years in Egypt. I asked him about all this stuff, and about why the deities are animals and birds in Egypt and so on. But he told me this story. He said, Chris, he said, you know what they find most of in Egypt when they dig over there? And they find them everywhere, thousands of them. I said, no. He said, pendulums. And he said that they used pendulums. They were the ones that basically created it. And I'm like, for what? He said, well, all of that stuff in Egypt, even the obelisks, they're all tuned stones to create a frequency. The pyramids were like that. They were frequency generators, and it would transmute negative energy, make cities huge. He said, why New York has an obelisk from Egypt. Paris has one. London has one. All the big cities have. They went over and got them and brought them back. But he told me that they use these pendulums because they knew that on Earth there's a grid line that goes both ways like this around the whole planet. And some people want to call them ley lines, but these are energy grids that are sometimes 10 feet apart. Sometimes they get stretched more. He said, but in those lines are negative lines and positive lines. And in those lines are negative energy entities and positive entities. And they knew if that negative line happened to run through your daughter's bedroom, cut the corner of her room, that child would end up getting sick, dying early, having problems, because these negative entities are always going right through her thing. So what they'd do, they'd find these lines with these pendulums, transmute them up off the surface, lift them up off the ground where we didn't have to live in that environment of negative. So they kept only the positive entities or lines around there. And that's what these obelisks was for, to transmute all that negative away. So it's part of Earth's grid. These entities are running mindlessly through these things. And if you happen to be in that, it's going to affect you. Might not right away.
This is why we